In the icy waters of Alaska, modern fishing vessels carry fishermen out to catch salmon, a precious fish known for its delicious and nutritious meat. On modern fishing vessels, all equipment is automated to optimize fishing efficiency and ensure the quality of the fish after harvest. Fishermen use radar and sonar systems to determine the exact location of salmon schools as they migrate from the sea to the rivers to spawn. Once the school of fish is located, the vessel deploys a seine or gill net of the appropriate size and design so as not to harm the fish. The nets are lowered from hydraulic cranes and then slowly retracted by an automatic reeling system, pulling in hundreds to thousands of fresh salmon. Once the fish are brought aboard, workers quickly sort them by size and type, then transfer them to deep freeze storage to maintain maximum freshness. Many vessels are also equipped with on-board preliminary processing systems such as gutting. Cleaning and initial packaging, which helps shorten processing time after docking. The process of catching salmon in Alaska not only requires high technology but also strictly complies with regulations on protecting aquatic resources, such as fishing quotas, legal seasons and protection of young salmon. Thanks to the combination of modern technology, fishermen's experience and a sense of responsibility to nature, salmon fishing in Alaska is both profitable and ensures long-term sustainability. Not only stopping at using modern technology to detect and catch, salmon vessels in Alaska are also specially designed to adapt to harsh weather conditions. On the deck, anti-slip equipment, heating systems and modern control cabins help fishermen work safely even in sub-zero winds and big waves. During the fishing process, every step is closely monitored to ensure that no other fish are accidentally caught in the net. While protecting the biodiversity in the sea, some boats also integrate a system to monitor the marine environment such as salinity, temperature and plankton density, thereby better predicting the path of the salmon. Fishermen on board work in shifts, rotating 24/7 to maintain continuous efficiency, especially during the short salmon season that lasts only a few weeks a year. Skilled workers are not only proficient in operating machinery but also understand the biological characteristics of salmon, thereby choosing the right time and ideal water to achieve the highest yield. After each trip, the salmon is brought back to port, continued to be processed and exported around the world. For the people of Alaska, salmon fishing is not only a livelihood but also a cultural pride associated with wild nature and the resilient spirit of people in the cold ocean in addition to technical and technological factors. Compliance with environmental protection and sustainable development regulations is a vital factor in the Alaska salmon fishing industry. Each vessel must be licensed before going to sea and must report in detail the amount of fish caught, the location of operations and the time of operation for the authorities to closely monitor and control. This helps prevent overfishing and ensures that salmon have enough time to return to spawn naturally in inland rivers. In addition, Fishing organizations and governments also coordinate to organize sustainability certification programs such as MSC, Marine Stewardship Council, to ensure that Alaska salmon products when entering the international market meet safety, transparency and environmental standards. Alaskan fishermen, people who have lived closely with the sea for many generations, always maintain respect for nature. They do not see salmon as simply an economic resource. But also as a gift from the ocean that needs to be preserved for future generations. Therefore, despite the strong support of machinery and science, they still maintain traditional rituals before each trip, such as praying for calm seas and a bountiful harvest. The ships rushing through the Alaskan ice not only carry nets full of salmon but also carry faith, experience and responsibility towards the vast nature. This is the unique feature of salmon fishing in Alaska, where modernity blends harmoniously with tradition and the philosophy of living green with the ocean. Not only that, the entire chain of activities on board, from netting to fish preservation, are digitized and intelligently monitored to minimize losses and increase efficiency. Sensors and cameras installed around the vessel continuously record data on environmental conditions, current speeds, fish activity. And equipment performance, helping captains and technical staff quickly make optimal decisions in real time. With the support of artificial intelligence and analytical software, many modern vessels are also able to predict salmon migration based on historical data and weather patterns, thereby adjusting their routes and fishing times to achieve maximum efficiency. After harvest, salmon are put into a superfast cooling system, a new technology that reduces the temperature of fish to sub-zero levels within minutes, preserving their freshness and natural color. Some high-end ships even integrate automatic packaging lines right on the deck, ready to ship goods directly to cold storage at the port or processing plants without intermediaries. In parallel with the application of modern technology, salmon fishing companies in Alaska also pay attention to the working conditions and lives of fishermen on board. Large ships often have separate sleeping compartments. Dining rooms, entertainment areas and satellite connections so that fishermen can contact their families at sea. Each trip at sea lasts for weeks, even months, requiring workers to not only be in good health but also have a strong spirit, disciplined coordination and high team spirit. In their eyes, salmon fishing is not only a profession but also a difficult and proud conquest of nature. Thanks to that, Alaska is not only a land famous for its wild nature but also a symbol of a modern, sustainable fishing industry that is deeply attached to people. The role of local communities and Alaska natives in preserving and developing salmon fisheries cannot be ignored. Many of them are descendants of indigenous tribes who have lived on salmon for thousands of years. For them, salmon is not only a food source but also has sacred spiritual, religious and cultural values. Traditional rituals related to the salmon season are still preserved, combined with modern science to create a model of marine resource management that is both effective and respectful of nature. Many fishing areas in Alaska are managed in the form of co-management, meaning that local people and state agencies are jointly responsible for monitoring, researching and making decisions related to exploitation. Thanks to this approach, salmon fishing is not carried out massively or destructively but is always strictly controlled in terms of quantity, time and method. During salmon season, the atmosphere at the seaports becomes more bustling than ever. Fishing boats are bustling in and out. Processing plants are operating at full capacity. And hundreds of seasonal workers from all over the world are pouring in to join the production chain. From fresh fish on the deck, Alaska salmon is quickly processed into many different products such as salmon fillets. Smoked fish, frozen fish or premium salmon eggs, all of which are exported around the world. It is worth noting that thanks to the application of technology and strict inspection processes, Alaska salmon is always considered one of the cleanest, safest and highest quality seafood products in the world. This is a clear testament to the success of a fishing industry that not only relies on quantity, but also prioritizes sustainability and humanity. Overall, the modern Alaskan salmon fishery represents a harmonious blend of man, technology and nature, an ideal model for the world's fisheries in the new era. However, despite being supported by modern technology and advanced management systems, Alaskan salmon fishing still contains many dangers and harsh challenges. The weather here can change suddenly, with strong winds, rough waves and dense fog that can strike at any time. Making boat control difficult and potentially risky. Icebergs, collisions with reefs or technical problems in the cold ocean are also constant concerns for any fisherman. During the peak days of the fishing season, the pressure of production forces them to work continuously, lack sleep and always stay alert in a dangerous working environment. However, with a resilient spirit and love for the profession, Alaskan fishermen still persevere at sea, because they understand that each catch not only has economic value but is also the result of determination and a close bond with the ocean. In addition, climate change is gradually creating clear impacts on the salmon industry. Rising sea temperatures, less freshwater inflow, and melting ice change the spawning cycle of salmon and alter their migration routes. This forces fishermen, scientists and authorities to continuously research, update information and adjust their fishing strategies accordingly. In recent years, programs to raise and restore wild salmon resources have also been widely implemented to ensure long-term sustainability for both the ecosystem and people's livelihoods. At the same time, fishing groups are increasingly proactive in protecting their rights and voices, participating in seminars and forums on marine conservation and sustainable fisheries development. Thus, the story of salmon fishing in Alaska is not simply a journey to seek profits in the open sea, but also a journey of survival between humans and nature, where courage, intelligence and morality converge. Thanks to the combination of long-standing traditions, advanced technology and a high sense of responsibility, salmon fishing in Alaska has become a model of harmonious and sustainable development, not only for today. But also for future generations with its economic, environmental, and cultural importance. Alaska's salmon fishery is increasingly the focus of international research and investment. NGOs, universities, and oceanographic institutes are working with local governments and fishing communities to monitor salmon populations, analyze marine ecosystems, and develop more accurate forecasting models for production and seasonal fluctuations. Many advanced technologies are being tested, such as wearable devices attached to fish to track migration routes, drones that monitor boat activities, or AI systems that identify fish from sonar images and classify them underwater without having to fish them to the surface. These innovations not only help protect salmon stocks but also minimize the negative impact of humans on the marine environment. In addition, the tourism industry is gradually becoming closely associated with Alaska's salmon industry. Tourists from all over the world come here not only to enjoy fresh salmon but also to witness the miraculous journey of salmon spawning upstream, one of the most majestic and moving natural phenomena on the planet. Some modern fishing boats have expanded their operations into experience boats, allowing tourists to accompany fishermen to sea, cast nets, collect fish and learn about sustainable fishing processes. This is not only an attractive tourist activity but also a way to inspire love of nature and awareness of ocean protection to the global community. It can be said that salmon fishing in Alaska has gone beyond the framework of a conventional economic sector to become a symbol of harmony between humans and nature, between development and conservation. In every drop of sweat of fishermen, every cold wave in the middle of the icy ocean, is a story of perseverance, innovation and gratitude for what nature has given. That is why Alaska salmon is not just food, but also the crystallization of a way of life. A development philosophy that the whole world is learning and appreciating, thanks to the continuous efforts of the whole community. The salmon fishing industry in Alaska has built a solid reputation in the global market. The brand Wild Alaska Salmon, is absolutely trusted by consumers in the US, Europe and Asia, because it not only ensures freshness and nutrition but also comes with a commitment to environmental protection and long-term resources. In the context of the world's increasing interest in clean food and traceability, Alaska salmon has become a symbol of a transparent, responsible supply chain that is closely connected to nature. Not only does it bring commercial benefits, the salmon industry also contributes to maintaining stability and sustainable development for hundreds of small coastal communities scattered throughout Alaska. In isolated villages with few other employment opportunities, salmon connect people to the sea and to each other. Each season is a time of celebration, reunion, and hope. Children are taught from a young age to identify fish, to keep streams clean, and to pass on ancient stories about salmon, part of the spirit of the land. For many Alaskans, salmon fishing is more than just a job, it is a tradition, an identity, and a way for them to define themselves. In a world facing resource depletion and ecological imbalance, the story of Alaskan salmon is a living testament to the possibility of harmony between humans and nature if we respect, listen, and act responsibly. Modern ships crossing the cold seas not only carry a full catch of fish but also carry the belief that with technology, knowledge and professional ethics, humans can completely develop the economy and protect the ocean for future generations. And it is from Alaska, a harsh but tolerant place, the journey continues to be written every day. From the quiet sails amid the waves more broadly, the success of Alaska's salmon fishery is not just about scale or production, but about how the entire system, from fishermen, managers, scientists to consumers, works together to create a sustainable, transparent and trustworthy value chain. Every step in that chain puts ecological and ethical criteria first. From choosing when to fish to avoid disrupting the fish's reproductive cycle, to using environmentally friendly equipment, or strictly controlling the amount of catch through a real-time electronic reporting system, all are aimed at protecting the common resource in a long-term and scientific way. Alaska also regularly updates flexible and advanced policies to adapt to climate change. Restoration programs for freshwater ecosystems,